someone else who's been working with us with this group and trying to get the word out and to encourage people that you can overcome. Miss Condra Ridley, she's nothing but energy. Condra, come up here and share how you stay motivated even though a lot of times people aren't listening to our message. Come on up here and give us a word here.
Well, thank you, Eric. I really appreciate you inviting me to come and just share some of my enthusiasm for working in this community. I am a product of Fort Wayne Community Schools, and it's been really great for me to be back in Fort Wayne. I've been in Fort Wayne now for 23 years. I've spent most of my life here, and I stay very, very enthused about the possibilities to make positive change in our community because I know that this is a very workable town. Most of us have large family bases here. I have a family base that keeps me very inspired about doing things positively in this community. I think there's room for all of us to contribute our talents, and I really especially believe that everybody has something to teach, something to learn. And I feel if we learn how to work together more cooperatively, we can really build our community to be the kind of city that we'd like for it to be. Fort Wayne offers a whole lot of great things for families and for children. And because of that, I think people need to just get out and step outside their comfort zones and see what is available for them in this community and see what it is that we can each do to make it better. I like to start from right where I am and do the things that I can to touch the lives of young people and elders. We all have a circle of influence that we can exert a lot more powerfully. And so I think by just wanting to do for people, I think I can say I'm a definite people person. I do enjoy being around a lot of people. I learn from people all the time. I enjoy children especially. And as I was listening to the previous speakers talk about the effects of the Willie Lynch ideology and his effect on people of African descent in this country, I also like to think about my foreparents, my ancestors who came here from Niger, Africa. I have one great great grandfather who came here in the 1830s, and he was taken into Alabama and enslaved there. My great grandfather had a different kind of experience, however, in that he was taught to read and write as a young man, and then he was also allowed to work his own land and thereby was able to buy additional properties. There are different experiences that all of us have. I think it's very important for us to teach our young people about their historical legacy, to pass on those messages. I think a lot of times today, young people end up being very rootless because they don't know what their families have been through. I really am very grateful that my family has orally and also now through written materials, they've been able to pass on the story of at least one of our ancestors, and that's kind of hard to do in that most of us haven't had the opportunity to keep these stories alive. But if you can share your own personal legacies with your young people and let them know the things that you had to overcome so that they'll realize what it is that they have to do. There's a great mission for all of us. We have things that we can make changes about. We can change ourselves personally, individually. We can use our talents to make our family lives better, and we can make our communities better. So Eric, I really appreciate the things that you do to try to give voice to a lot of people who might not otherwise be heard. The young man, Jerron, you are very inspirational to me because you give me hope that young people will again recognize that they have great potential. I feel like most of us have potential that we don't even tap into. Of course, I'd like to make sure that everybody recognizes that there are all kinds of things available for us to read and be inspired by. I read a lot of African American history, and those stories definitely infuse me with a lot of enthusiasm to go forward and continue the things to become the dream of our foreparents, to make their dreams come true. So even when I feel tired, I think about my grandmother who didn't get a chance to go to school. I try to move forward in spite of the challenges that I face and just do well in order to honor her legacy. So thank you very much, and hope we'll all work together better.
Thank you very much. a real quick roundtable. But before we do that, I want to bring Reverend Fincher up here. He's just joined us here for a moment. Reverend, would you come up here for a moment, please?